Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mana Cave. My name is Ed.
My name's Travis.
And today we are doing the Challenger Deck Showdown. We're kicking it off, the Challenger Deck Showdown, in case I pronounced that wrong. It sounded like I pronounced it wrong in my head. And
Felt good to me.
Yeah. Okay. We are starting off with Counter Surge, which is what I'm playing, versus...
Hazoret Aggro.
Yes.
It's literally called Hazoret Aggro.
Yeah, mono red, which is right up your alley. Yeah. So that's why. I mean, I knew right away that, like, I did the pairings randomly. I drew names out of a hat.
Did you really?
Full disclosure, I didn't actually use a hat, but I just drew names.
Because you wouldn't have had a hat handy, so.
But regardless of what the pairing would be, I knew you wanted Hazoret's Aggro as one of the decks that you wanted to pilot.
I like mono red aggro.
Yeah.
Even if the title isn't very original.
No.
It's Hazoret Aggro. It's aggro.
Because she's in it, and it's got aggro to it, right? So
get it?
So this is going to be the first time that we've played non-limited standard legal decks.
Yeah.
So these are pre-constructed... it feels like I'm speaking horribly. These are pre-constructed decks that have more of a competitive bend to them than most sealed product has in the past. So I was trying to figure out the right way to phrase that.
Because they're based off of...
Yeah, of actual decks that have been doing well.
Top 8s, I think.
Yeah.
They're not top 8 decks.
No.
But they're based off of
decks.
Yeah,
and they're a good building base if you wanted to build a deck similar to this in sort of style. And there is value in these decks as well, too. The Hazoret Aggro deck, not to talk money, but the Hazoret Aggro deck, it's, in Canadian anyways, it's difficult to find it for anything less than $50, which is definitely not what they wanted the retail sales price to be.
No.
But yeah, there's just, I mean, there's the Chandra's in it, the Planeswalker, the Kaladesh one, which is quite pricey. And some other, solid cards in there as well, too. And it's, like I said, I ended up buying this as a set of 4, so I was able to get basically retail price for all of them once you divide it by 4. But yeah, these decks have more oomph in them than a lot of the decks we've played in the past, at least sealed decks we've played in the past.
It's like legit standard.
Yeah, exactly, right? And it's so weird because we haven't done that in ages.
No.
So we've determined our opening hands. I sadly had a mulligan down to 5. You
went down to 5?
Yeah, I went down to 5.
You're crazy, dude.
I know. I'm still not happy with the opening hand. Sorry.
I kept all 7 of mine, but it might be a mistake. You'll know when you see them, but...
we haven't rolled to see who goes first, which normally gets done before you determine the opening hands.
I would like another red one. Mono red.
Yeah, might as well. Okay, 9.
10.
I can't even beat him in the roll. Okay, well this is. So hopefully it's not a bad omen.
This will also come as bad English. I'll come as a shock. Yeah, I get to choose.
Why are we having so much trouble talking? This is ridiculous.
I'm on to Diet Coke.
Yeah, we're not even drinking beer right now. It's crazy. Anyways,
it's not a legal thing either. We're legitimately we wouldn't lie about that. Like it's just Diet Coke. Cheers, bro. No, we're drinking Diet Coke. Like men, slightly larger men who could use some diet in there. We also have problems with regular Coke. This is not the point.
No. Yeah.
Look at my hand here pretty soon.
That's more than people need. You were going to show your opening hand first because you get to go first.
Yes.
I have turned the screen so you can actually see it, and I'm going to bow my head.
So there, without any glare, is my opening hand. It's, I think it's a good opening hand. That's about all I can say because I don't want to say anything. I'm going to talk about this without saying absolutely anything in the least. Okay. I will do the pose.
So this, as you can tell, is my opening hand, and it's not great. But I get to scry, and I'm going to do that right away. So hopefully, let's move my thumb in case I'm blocking something. And so hopefully this doesn't just crash and burn because I'd really like this to be a half decent match between the two of us. I don't know if I mentioned this before. You can look up now. Okay. But this is a best 2 out of 3 that we're doing.
Yep.
All these from the Challenger Deck Showdowns are best 2 out of 3. Before you play anything, I'm going to scry because that's the way that it's done. That is going to stay on top. So that was the quickest on top I think I've ever done in the history of playing Magic.
Playing Magic. Okay.
Yes. No. Oh man, it's starting off spicy here. And I'm gonna not pass the turn to you. I'm simply gonna let you do your thing.
Mountain from Amonkhet. Tapping that for the Bomat Courier. It is a 1/1 with haste. When it attacks, I exile the top card of my library face down. I can pay 1, discard my hand, sacrifice Beaumont Courier, put all cards exiled from Beaumont Courier into their owner's hands. So I am going to attack. The thing happens. Exile just underneath him.
I'm going to take 1.
And back to you, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to draw the card I put on top. I'm going to play the Heshep Oasis. I can tap it for colorless, or I can pay 1 life, tap it for green. I can also pay 1 and 2 green, sacrifice it, and sacrifice a desert. Target creature gets +3/+3 until the end of turn. Activate this ability only anytime you would cast a sorcery. Your turn, sir.
Untap my courier, my mana, and do a drawn. I'm going to play the Sun-Scorched Desert. When it enters the battlefield, it does 1 damage to target player. 1 damage to you. It doesn't enter tapped.
Down to 18.
I'm going to tap 1 for the Fanatic Firebrand. So he's a 1/1 Goblin Pirate with haste. I can tap him and sacrifice him, and deals 1 damage to target creature or player. So,
oh, wow, okay.
I'm going to go to combat.
Sure.
Attacking for 2, so exiling the top card back under the...
Well, they weren't kidding when they said aggro. That's for sure. Holy cow.
And pass back 2.
Okie dokie.
Well, I sip some diet. The aforementioned, or previously mentioned, Diet Pepsi. Or Coke, I'm not sure what it is.
It's Tab. They didn't sell that anymore, Tab?
You bastard. Nobody gives me the tab. Nobody.
I'm going to pay 1 life, sadly, to tap for green, and then for 1 of whatever, and I'm going to cast the Long Tusk Cub. It's a 2/2. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, I get 2 energy. Pay 2 energy, put a +1/+1 counter on Long Tusk Cub. So there's definitely going to be the energy graphic on screen, which I rarely use. So with that, I'll pass the turn to you, sir.
Okay. Well, I will tap 1 for shock. Deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and I will shock the cat, not the monkey.
This is going entirely how I expected it to.
I'm not going to shock the monkey.
Oh, there's my cub.
But I will...
Cub goes bye-bye.
Then go to combat, attack, get my trigger again, dump a 3rd card into there, and 2 more.
Okay, so taking 2, so I'm down to 13.
And unfortunately, that's my turn.
Oh, well, at least you're not, like, flooding out or anything.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to... I can spend 2 and bring out the Scrap Heap Scrounger. It is a 3/2. It can't block. I can pay 1 and a black, exile another creature card from your graveyard, return Scrap Heap Scrounger from your graveyard to the battlefield.
And that's a surprisingly aggro card, because you can't block, but you can always bring them back.
Yeah, but if it had haste, it'd be more.
True.
Yeah. And now it's your turn, and I can't block with them, so enjoy your free damage. Wow.
Woohoo. Another mountain. Oh, wait. So I'm going to tap out 3 for the On-Crop Crasher. He's a 3/2 with haste, and I may exert him as it attacks. When I do, target creature can't block this turn. Now, it's not...
You don't have to worry about that.
...overly an issue, so I am just going to go to combat, swing with the team, and get another card under the Bowmat Courier.
Wow,
so I'm
taking 5 now?
You are taking 5 now.
Good gravy, I'm down to 8.
And I'm tapped out. Back to you.
Okay. Come on, land! Yeehaw. I'm going to play Swamp. I'm going to pay 2 black and cast Walk the Plank, destroy target non-Merfolk creature, and destroy him.
Oy.
So I can stem some of the damage. Now, I can't block with the Scrap Heap Scrounger, so I'm just going to go ahead and swing in.
Getting scrappy.
There we go. So at least I got some damage on you.
And that's 3, so I'm down to 17.
Yes, sir. I, however, am going to be taking more next turn, I'm sure. So it is now your turn. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to spend 1 for another Firebrand Fanatic. Go to combat.
Yep.
Strike for 3. Get another card under this dude, who I hope I don't lose him. Well, I got to discard my hand, too. I'm never a fan of discarding my hand.
Down to 5.
Down to 5. And, then I'm just going to pass to... Yeah, I'm just going to pass to you.
Okay. Well, this could be a very, very quick game. I'm going to play a forest. Move to combat since this can't block.
Okay.
Swing in for 3.
So drop down to 14.
Okay. I will then... I'm going to pay 4, including 2 black, and cast Gaunty, Lord of Luxury. It's a 2/3 with Death Touch. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of target opponent's library. Exile one of them face down, then put the rest in the bottom of that library in random order. For as long as that card remains exiled, you may look at it, you may cast it, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast it. So, I'm going to look at the top 4 of yours. I don't have to show them to you.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
That seems unfair.
I'm going to exile this one face down in my area here, and then I'm going to put the rest on in this order on the bottom of your library. Is it random order? Wait.
It's random order. I think that's the new thing they're doing, isn't it?
In random order. Okay, so let me just grab those 3. 1, 2.
I know a lot of things now say random order because I've been looking a lot at Grenzo decks. And you want things in the bottom of the library in a very specific order with that deck. So I've noticed of late they've been really trying to put the word random order in unless they really don't have to kind of thing.
Okay, so now, sir, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to untap, draw, play a mountain, and... Oh! It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I kept 2 mana up to Lightning Strike you at the end of last turn.
Oh, so you're going to shoot it now. Okay, I got you.
Boom, boom.
So I'm down to 2.
Down to 0. Because I can sacrifice them to do 1 damage to target creature or player. So that's...
Yeah, that'll do it. Wow, that was aggro. Holy cow. You know, on from an editing standpoint, you know, who likes to edit an hour and a half long game? But yeah, luckily this is a match.
Yeah.
So there is the possibility for 2 more games. And hopefully I was drawing the card I exiled, which I was super happy about, was Shock. Because I was like, I'm going to be able to start knocking off his creatures. But no, sadly. But luckily, yeah, the Lightning Strike thing didn't matter because you could just...
If I had made another silly mistake like that.
Yeah, I thought, you know what, I know you specifically said it as well too, but I was thinking creature. I was thinking that they could be destroyed for creatures, stack of creatures.
So, the thing is, you know, you've seen me play this game, you know I put the upkeep reminder. But I'm like, in this kind of deck, not that it really matters to tip my hat in this situation. I'm like, I don't want to do that now because I don't want them to know that I'm keeping 2 mana up in this deck.
It's different when it's something that's already on the field, which has a certain, because then you put it in there at a reminder, but everyone knows that you have something that you could do that at the beginning. But yeah, when it's something that you're trying to just remind yourself about, it's more difficult.
And if I didn't have the mana to do that, that might have given an extra turn, which might have got all kinds of unfortunate. So once again, as a reminder to you, reminder to me, put your reminder on top of your deck. Don't worry about being silly.
Yes.
Or anything, or about trying to tip your hat, because it's better to tip your hat slightly than to take your hat off and look like an idiot. I don't know what I'm saying. But
I think it's tip your hand, right? Because tip your hat is basically like, I tip my hat to you, sir. Whereas tip your hand is like to accidentally reveal something.
Agree to disagree. What if you have something under your hat and you tipped it? It's like, look what's suddenly under his hat. And then everybody knows.
Agree to disagree. Anyways, we're going to shuffle up.
I don't know.
I'm going to really randomize this so I can hopefully get a better draw, and we'll be right back after this edit. And we are back in the second game of this match. We both mulliganed down to 6, I believe, correct?
6.
So we're both going to get to scry. Before we scry, though, we're going to show the hands. I'll start because I'm going to be going first this time, right?
Yep.
So, better than the last opening hand in certain ways. Still not exactly what I would have liked to start with, but I think this may give me a little bit more of a chance than I had in the last game. So we will see, though. We will see. Okay, Travis, Is it your turn to show?
Yeah, and you did sideboard. I did not sideboard.
I forgot to mention that as well, too. I actually sideboarded 7 cards into this deck. Obviously took 7 out, but...
Because that's my opening hand. I'm counting on that scry. Fair bit. But yeah, I did mulligan because, you know, if it ain't broke, don't pay 1 red mana to sacrifice it, discard your hand, and draw the many cards.
Now we do scry first, so
bottom.
Top. I'm gonna put that on top. Okay. So I'm going first. I'm going to play Swamp and then pass to you.
Okay, I'm going to draw. I'm going to play a mountain, tap mountain, the Bomat Courier. Remember Bomat Courier from last time? He has haste, so go to combat.
Yeah.
Back.
I take 1.
Get that card under him. Right back at you.
Okay. Now what is his ability? Is if you pay red?
I pay 1 red, discard my hand, which I don't like that, but I sacrifice the Beaumont Courier, put all cards exiled from him into Zora's hands.
Okay. So now it's my turn?
Yeah.
So I will draw. I'm going to play a forest. Okay. I'm going to tap for black and whatever, and I'm going to cast Die Young. Choose target creature. That creature. You get 2 energy. So there's my energy count at 2. You may then pay any amount of energy. The creature gets -1/-1 to the end of turn for each energy you pay this way. That is a 1/1, correct?
The 1/1.
Okay, so I'm gonna save 1 energy. I'm gonna go down 1 energy. So to put -1/-1 on that.
So Courier goes there. This just goes into exile.
Yes.
I don't even get to look at it. Doesn't think about looking at it. Just it's an exile.
Yes. I believe, yeah.
Yep. It's just exiled.
Okay, so now it is your turn, sir.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Play a Sun-Scorched Desert, which is going to scorch you for 1 damage.
Oh, yes, that's right, too. So I'm at 18.
Okay, then I'm going to tap 2 for Karizev Skyship Raider. She's a 1/3 human pirate with First Strike and Menace.
Okay.
Menace. Whenever she attacks, she doesn't have haste though, I create a 2/1 red monkey, legendary red monkey creature token named Ragavan. That's tapped and attacking. Exile that token at the end of combat. Ragavan. So, back to.
Back to me. Okay. I will draw. I'm going to play an Aether Hub. Enters the battlefield. You get 1 energy, so my energy count is now up to 2. And I may tap it for colorless, or I may pay an energy, tap it, add 1 mana of any color to my mana pool.
Very nice land.
I'm then going to pay 3, including 1 green, and bring out Rishkar Pima Renegade, I believe is the pronunciation. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on up to 2 target creatures. That includes itself as well, too. So I'm going to put 1 on it. Each creature you control with a counter on it has tap, add 1 green to your mana pool. Now, it is now a 3/3.
You're saying it's unshockable?
I hope, yeah.
He's seen a lot.
It's not unlightning strikeable, though.
No.
And I'm going to pass the turn to you now, sir.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Play a mountain. Okay.
That's got First Strike, right? And Menace?
First Strike and Menace. So we'll go with 1 and 1 to cast Lightning Strike.
God. My life sucks right now so bad. Okay.
And I'll go 1 for the Firebrand, Fanatical Firebrand, the Goblin Pirate. I think he's a monkey, but he's a goblin pirate. But you know what? I think we need a monkey.
The goblins in there had a very unique style to them. So.
Kind of like the Dragons of Tarkir ones that had a lot of like monkey look to them kind of thing. I'm going to go to combat.
Okay.
So I'm going to create a spirit token, which is actually representing a 2/1 monkey token that they don't give you.
Yes, sadly.
So 2/1, 1/3, 1/1.
So taking 4 in total?
4 in total.
Okay, so I'm down to 14. Man, this maybe another quick game.
This is even almost, I don't think I'm ever going to say this in my life, but this is almost too aggro for me. I mean,
we're so unused to these decks, like immediately having such punch. Like the Planeswalker decks are like, this is an aggro deck, but it's an aggro deck that has a much slower burn.
Yeah.
Okay, so now is it?
My monkey dies and I pass to you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm going to pay 1 black. And I'm going to cast Duress. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card.
Do you want Shock or Lightning Strike?
Oh my goodness! I will take Lightning Strike out.
Says the guy about to play a 3 toughness creature. That actually hurts a lot. I can't even tell how much that hurts. I had big plans for those 2 burn spells.
Oh my goodness!
Right around the 5 life mark total. And I am duressed. Like, there's no denying it. I am in a full state of duress. But you got to be in a state of duress too, because now you know that I have.
I'm trying to decide what to do here. I'd be looking at another 4 next turn. I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Okay. Oh. Untap. Draw. Okay. Tapping 3 for the Ancrop Crasher. He's a 3/2 haste that can exert to target creature can't block this turn.
Oh, deck the no. Oh,
well,
no.
You could have gotten him anyway because he's a creature. So I'm going to go to combat.
Yeah. No, I would have made a completely different decision then. If I oh my goodness, like any other creature, I probably would have been fine with almost. Well, depending. Oh my goodness. So I'm taking
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if there's something on the other side of it.
I can use your Goblin tokens to want to be showing them
5,
off.
6, 7. Oh my goodness, I'm down to 7. This is awful. Okay, down to 7.
Monkey go bye. You know, if I had a Ragavan token at home, I would have brought it just in case. But I don't have a Ragavan token.
Oh my goodness. Okay. This is so bad. I'm going to draw. I'm going to play Swamp. Now, what is his ability? It's
if you exert it, target creature can't block this turn.
Okay.
But once to explain exert, if you choose to exert him, he won't untap during the next untap step. So he gets exhausted because he's exerted. Makes sense.
Okay.
And it kind of costs you a turn, but it does give you options.
Alrighty. I'm going to. This is not great. I'm going to pay 2. And I'm going to cast Walking Ballista. It's XX is its casting cost. When it enters the battlefield, put X +1/+1 counters on it. So there's 1 +1/+1 counter on it. I can pay 4 to put a +1/+1 counter on it. Or I can remove one, which is not a tap or anything ability. Remove a +1/+1 counter from it, and it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Pass the turn to you.
So I'm going to tap him, sacrifice him, do 1 damage to target creature or player. Okay. He's a 1/1 right now, right?
Yeah. I'm going to tap 1 green, and I'm going to cast Blossoming Defense. Target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains hexproof until the end of turn. So this is still in the stack.
So I can go on top of that.
You can do something on top. That's still going to be sacrificed no matter what, because sacrificing was part of paying the cost.
So I can shock it on top of that.
You can shock it on top of that.
Because that goes above the hexproof on the stack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I do 2
3,
for 1.
4, 5, 6. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to still remove... Yeah, I'm going to remove the +1/+1 counter from it to do 1 damage to you, because why not, right? Oh,
okay, so all that goes away.
Yeah, all that goes away.
I dropped to 19.
But that should put me at a lethal at this point.
Out of lethal. Go to combat.
Okay. So instead of lethal, I'm taking 6.
Yes, you are taking 6.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm down to 1. This is wretched. This is absolutely wretched. Oh, do you have?
No.
Oh, God.
End of combat. End of combat, monkey goes away. I play my last card in hand. Pass back to you.
Okay. I don't think there's an answer in this deck.
That either was it or it most definitely not was
it's
it.
not. I will pay 4, including 2 black, and bring Gonti, Lord of Luxury, unless you have a 0-cost spell in here. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. So I get to look at these top 4. Oh, that would have been nice to be able to cast. Okay, well, I'm just going to put this here for giggles, and these go in a random order.
Random order.
Okay.
Shuffle up some.
Okay, so now it's your turn to swing in for 1 point of damage. That's all you need. And you can also make it so that this guy can't block, so...
Just read a card. Ping 2 for the...
I was hoping this would play...
Harsh Mentor.
Remember... Okay, so you guys may not have seen this. It was from and we've got plenty of time because these games are super quick, so I can talk. we were playing our decks that we did from the Amonkhet pre-release, and we brought them back into the Mana Cave, and we played them in the Mana Cave. And you had this card, and it was misread when you were reading it, and it was tap
several times.
Tap
it was
for
misread,
tap for a mana ability does 2 damage to you. I took so much unnecessary damage from this card. It's great that it comes out now for no reason.
So 2/2 for 2. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land on the battlefield, if it isn't...
No. Once again, you missed the key word there.
Activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land on the battlefield if it isn't a mana ability.
Oh, okay.
Stop me. The word isn't.
Sorry, I thought it was non-mana ability.
So excited to prove me wrong, like a year ago. If it isn't a mana ability, the Harsh Mentor here will do 2 damage to that player.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have haste. He's not really doing anything.
I wish I had a non-mana ability that I could do this, so I can not give you the satisfaction of swinging in.
So I'm going to swing in, and I'm going to exert just to make it so he can't block this turn anyway. Well, I might as well.
Okay, well, that is it, Travis. But in a personal victory,
took one more
I got your Chandra.
You got my Chandra.
I got your Chandra.
And I think
could
she's
have cast her.
One of?
Yeah, she's a one of. So I could have cast her next turn, but
to add some red to your mana pool or do what? Exile top card?
Add some red to my mana pool, do what I wanted to. My other card was a duress. So everything was sort of... I didn't cast the Walking Ballista the turn before. I had it in my hand the turn before. I didn't cast the turn before because I wanted Blossoming Defense up.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of holding back that last creature till I could also hold back 1 green for Blossoming Defense, and then it got burnt away. I knew at that point you had burn in your hand because of duress. So I was like, no, hold it back just in case, because you could have just shocked and then sacked it, and then this would have left the battlefield the Ballista would have left the battlefield as well too. Yeah. But yeah, it was just, I was not expecting you to sacrifice that immediately. I was expecting you to exert him to make him unblockable after everyone attacked. So you played that absolutely perfectly so that, the Ballista ended up dying. Yeah. That was the whole thing, is that I was hoping you would swing in, exert him to make it unblockable instead, but you went the much better way of getting rid of it before combat was even going to begin. So, these are... I mean, I would have liked to see... We'll get to see this one played in the loser bracket, which is great. Yeah. So this is not the last time you're going to see us play the Counter Surge deck. But man, that Hazoret Aggro deck, it definitely says what's on the tin. I mean, or it definitely does what's on the tin. It's
well, that last, you'll see it when you do the editing. I kept a 1 mana hand because I had...
And why wouldn't you? Honestly, because you had a scry.
Yeah, I had 3 2 creatures and 1 costed spell. Yeah. So I got till turn 3 to, get desperate.
Even the previous game, I'll have to check back in editing. You didn't.
I had 2.
You had 2 land for a long time, right? And then it's sort of like it didn't matter.
So the Sunscorched Desert, I might take it out of this deck. I mean, the 1 damage is nice, but there was once or twice where
there are probably better lands that you could do.
Well, no, I want a mountain. I don't want colorless mana because I would have had to be able to do certain things and 2 things a turn.
Though keep in mind,
if you had that, you couldn't do 2 things in turn.
The last game, you ended up beating me with exact damage. Yeah. So if you hadn't played that, I would have been able to last for 1 more turn, and I would have had the shock in hand and a blocker up. So it could have made a brief amount of difference because you do have so much burn that you could deal to me directly.
I think would have been able to play one or 2 cards a little bit earlier. Be the way the mana would have worked out because I needed red and red.
Possibly, yeah.
Because I allowed that monkey. Yeah, that monkey would have come out earlier because I could only do a monkey at once, essentially.
No, that's...
So there's a couple times it was a dead card.
No, you're right. That's entirely possible.
2 games is enough to make that final call to take that out because obviously it's in there for a reason.
I'll give you your Chandra back. Just because we have time, I just want to sort of go over quickly what I ended up sideboarding in. So I sideboarded in... the duresses as well. That was one of the things I said, which I thought was a good choice.
That's like a 1-for-1 on a burn spell.
It definitely helped me.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for anything more. On that.
And then it was the Die Young, I believe, was the other one that I sideboarded in. Die Young, I sideboarded a couple of those in, and then also the Cartouche of Ambition. And the whole thing was that I wanted more removal. And the cards that I took out were cards that were either energy producing, which didn't really seem like I was going to have enough time to do that. I actually took out the Scrap Heap Scrounger because I didn't want anything that couldn't block.
Yeah, I was going to say that's your first, I think, removal.
Yeah, and then I took out one of the Veritas Gearhulk because it's going to take me so long to get that out in the battlefield that it wasn't good against the match. I did keep one of them in just for some late game in case it ever got to a late game. But yeah, that was sort of my thought behind sideboarding, which is also nice as well too that
they give you a sideboard.
They give you a sideboard because we typically, I mean, like I said, we play a lot of like the Planeswalker decks, the dual decks, stuff like that. They don't come with sideboards. We would create sideboards when we were playing constructed deck, but it's been so long since we played constructed outside of Commander or
well, even way back in the early days of the channel, we did like a 3-for-all kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there was it wasn't fair to sideboard because I would get to see your decks played before I even played on you. So we didn't sideboard then, but back then we were still, pretty new at Magic.
Yeah.
For the second time of playing Magic in our lives.
If we do constructive in the future, we'll definitely be doing sideboards because they're an integral part of the game, obviously. Which you guys, if you've been watching us, haven't really probably had much of a chance to see much.
No, because we didn't, when we first started, we didn't do it. The decks we built, usually when they were 2 or 3, which was limited for a bit there, or limited in numbers, not in style. But there were sideboards that were played, and we did the deck techs too. We did sideboards and the deck tech videos and everything.
Yeah. So. I really like, I do like this deck as well too. I can see how it goes. It can go if you have a bit more time. Yeah. But I really like the Hazoret Aggro deck.
I'm glad that Karizev has found a home. I've always wanted to play that card.
Before the next time we play, folks, we will have a monkey token. That is my solemn vow. We will have a monkey token. Okay, this is an awful segue, I realize, because now it's going to seem really contrived, even though I wasn't thinking of it. Speaking of tokens, for those of you who don't know, you might have seen in a previous episode of the Mana Cave, we actually played with them. But I've started a Token of the Month club. And every month, there'll be a brand new token created specifically for Brain Pulp, so you're not going to find them anywhere else. So the tokens were created by myself and my friend and fellow artist, Larda Souza. The first month is going to be Goblin tokens. Not 2-1 monkey tokens, but Goblin tokens. And
you get a little more use out of a Goblin token than a 2-1 monkey.
Yeah.
Because Goblin tokens are back in Standard.
Yes.
Or will be with Dominaria.
Yes, that's right too. I was super excited to see that. And then the following month will be zombie tokens. And then beyond that, there's even a chance that anyone who signs up for the club will get a chance to vote as to what the next tokens will be.
Cat vote so far, which is a little strange.
Cat votes, elves as well too. People are looking for elf tokens. Or elf tokens, not elf tokens. Such thing as an elf. But yeah, I already had the art in for a spirit token as well. So yeah, it's just something you guys can check out. I will have a link to the video talking more about it, as well as a link to the club itself. So if you want to become a founding member, there are a few people who've already been kind enough to take the plunge. So they will be getting their tokens at the beginning of the following month. So there you go. I hate self-promotion and doing those types of plugs, but I'm excited about this. I'm really proud of how these tokens turned out. The company, which I really got to mention them by name next time. I'll write down the name of the company. I just don't want to mention the wrong name of the company.
They're awesome.
Yes.
Buddy.
But they've done a really great job with these tokens, and the quality of them are really great. Yeah. So anyways, that was my little plug at the end of this. Any last thoughts on the challenge decks that we've played so far?
If you can get a copy of the Hazoret one. But even from my perspective, and I'll keep this short, ironically, because the game was short, it was almost too fast to really get I enjoy winning, but I know we've been playing so much Commander lately that this is an alien game to me. Like, what happened? I won?
Yeah.
Whereas Commander is just drawn out thing, board wipes, and you know.
See, this is one of the things where you can play a competitive deck, and if it's not a control deck, then the idea is to do away with your opponent as quickly as possible, or the most efficient way possible. So in that sense, it's a great deck. But yeah, it's weird because we're so used to playing more casual decks that when we get a deck, especially you who loves aggro to begin with, when you get that type of deck in your hands, it's like you were even saying, it's like, even for me, it's too much aggro, right? But
you know what I like even more than aggro? Going wide on tokens. I love having a gigantic token army.
I like doing just weird, fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
And not that this wasn't...
Which I was doing kind of in that last artifact deck. Like, I'm improvising and doing stuff.
And don't get me wrong, it's fun to win. Obviously, it's fun to win.
It's funner to play, though.
But yeah, because you even talked about, I hate dirtling around too much. You didn't have any dirtle time whatsoever. It was just like face. For
dirtling, look at that vampire. I think that was the flashback one, where I had the vampire. I had every mana rock going on. And No vampires,
which
though.
is what Commander is a lot about, right? It's about like getting those weird things, those fun little combos off and stuff like this. Where that deck is just about like just beating your opponent.
We're not
quick.
crapping on the deck at all. It's obviously good. The question is it too good for casual fun?
For casual fun, like you would never pit that deck against the Planeswalker deck. You would never put it against like any sort of deck like that. I think if you're going to invest, if you and your friends are going to invest in the Challenger decks, then I think so. I think there's certain ways.
Don't get the Hazoret Aggro, because it's just your friends will not like you.
Yeah, or but if you really if you really like winning, get the Hazoret one, because there's still wiggle room. There, like I would probably change a few things out here. I would probably put in more fatal pushes, right? Because that's expensive, but there's at least one in this deck or the other deck. It's either this or in Vehicle Rush. There is a fatal push in one of these decks, but I would probably invest, if you want to invest a bit more money into it, I'd invest probably that in there, because that would be a one drop that can actually take care of some of the stuff that's coming at you, right? But if aggro's your thing and winning's your thing,
it's
the Hazoret aggro deck. I am curious how it holds up if Second Sun Control ends up winning the next battle, and they end up facing off against each other. That's the matchup. That was really the matchup I was hoping would start off first. But once again, I wanted to make it random so that we weren't like putting our thumb on the scale. So if there is a chance that they don't match up in the regular Showdown, I may just do a video of those two matching up regardless, because that was the matchup I really wanted. But I'm liking these Challenger decks based on their power levels. Even though I got like completely demolished here, I think they're really nice, because I haven't had a chance to really play Standard, like a decent Standard deck in a long time.
It's nice to see playsets, because you know you're going to see the cards that are in the deck that you want to see. Yeah. And again, I haven't been used to that with the Planeswalker decks. You barely get a playset or something, and obviously with Commander, you don't get a playset. Yeah. That's how the game works, unfortunately. So
if you get a playset in your Commander deck, something has gone horribly wrong.
Right. So I liked that of this deck, and I imagine like with all those decks is that you're going to see more than one copy, and if you get a copy, it's like, ooh, yay, I got this one. Yeah. And there is one or two of certain cards, but the meat and potatoes of a deck that you want to see to get things going, you see them because there's playsets, and that is a very good thing that I have not seen for a while.
Yeah, but that was a shellacking, folks. So I hope you guys still enjoyed it, even though the games are shorter. But I think we sort of I'm spitting over the place now. So
tangented and talked.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully we sort of padded it a little bit with the conversation for you guys. So. But yeah, so the next Challenger deck Showdown video is going to be Second Sun Control versus Vehicle Rush. So you can look forward to that. And then, like as I mentioned before, the two winners of those, this one, which would be the Hazoret Aggro, and the winner of that next are going to fight each other in the finals. And then we're going to do a loser bracket. And like I said, if we don't get Hazoret versus Second Sun, I'm going to make that a thing anyways. So
it's going to happen.
Yeah. So there you go.
With a monkey token.
Yes. As God is as Hazoret is my witness, I will have a monkey token for the next time you play that deck.
Sacrilege.
Yes, indeed. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon.